enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy.
Einstein can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
The art of fighting without fighting? Tell me some of it.
Welcome, everybody, to the Box State Boys podcast. I am your host, Steven Zamora. You can follow me on Twitter at ZamoraBSB. Joined, as always, by my beautiful co-host. First, let me introduce. He is the commander of the Armies of the North. He's a two-time women's bantamweight champion, and he's the man who brought Thanos to his knees. He is your boy. You can follow him at King Sanchez 70 on Twitter.
Yeah, I'll fuck up all you fellow bitches.
And Thanos, apparently.
And Thanos. So what was the first thing? And whatever the first thing was.
You're the commander of the Armies of the North.
Yeah, I'll fuck up the South.
What is that? Is that like slavery times?
No, it's a line from Gladiator.
I just command the armies of the North.
I was just trying to get you canceled a little bit, I think, with that question.
No. Well, I'll cut it.
Facts.
All right, and our other co-host. He's a general for the Southern Water Tribe. He once sparred with Goku in the hyperbolic time chamber, and he's a Tekken master. He is Oso at Osman_BSB. And those are the co-hosts of this beautiful podcast we call the Box State Boys podcast at Box State Boys 303 on Twitter, and follow us there and subscribe.
And YouTube. Go watch us on YouTube if you want to see our lips move when you listen to this.
Get that Riz face, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Welcome to YouTube, baby.
And get the Riz on. Yeah, get the Riz on them. Get them all wet on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that's prohibited, though. I don't think YouTube likes its viewers to be wet a lot.
Well, we just label it as mature content because we fucking swear like that. So.
Yeah, we swear, we're sexual. We're NSFW.
We kind of are. We say a lot of vulgar shit.
Yeah.
Referring to genitalias and such.
Yeah, I've been told we could be more vulgar, but I don't want to be because I don't want to.
Who told you that?
People.
Is that your inner thoughts telling you?
Fans say that to us.
The fan told us.
The fans wants us to get canceled. And that's why he wants us to be more vulgar.
And that's not our fan.
Exactly. Don't listen to them.
It's really a hater.
Yeah.
Listen to the lovers, not the haters.
We are pretty profane, I think. What do you guys feel about our profanity?
Oh, hell yeah.
No,
when I go to work, I'm surprised I don't say fuck all the time.
Yeah, I do actually, but I don't say it in other places.
Like the library.
You know what I noticed? It's funny when I'm doing talking BS. I like stutter and shit a lot because like I don't know how to transfer sentences without saying fucking.
Fucking yeah, me too. That's my favorite word.
Yeah. So I
fucking
I try to
my
keep
favorite
it
word.
cleaner.
Reason why I'm fucking heard. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Schoolboy said that a long time ago.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, we got a special announcement earlier this couple weeks ago, huh? Or what was it? Earlier this week, we got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
New album.
Schoolboy with some blue lips. March 1st. There's some free advertisement. Go fucking listen to that shit on March 1st. Go pre-save. Yeah. You can pre-save that shit. And
then he follows the podcast.
Drops,
so.
I hope so. He should give us some money for this. We'll probably bring like one listener to him, maybe.
Yeah.
Let me get your album ready.
If you guys don't listen to Schoolboy Q, go listen to him, man. There you go. There's your.
It's been a long dry period without that motherfucker, and now it's about.
When was the last time he released his album? 5 years?
I think 4.
2019.
Yeah, because his last album dropped with MK11, and now this new one dropped with MK1.
Maybe he's a MK fan. He just like gets inspired every time he plays MK.
Every time
I think he does play MK. On Snapchat, he used to be playing Mortal Kombat all the time.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would play what MKX all the time.
He probably ain't shit though. I'll probably fuck him up. But
You
He'll
know.
probably fuck up any celebrity that's not fighting game professional.
I heard Lupe. Well, there's like, cause so for people who don't know, Daigo with the little fighting game. He's like one of the fighting game gods. He played like Street Fighter a bunch of times. And I guess Lupe Fiasco beat him in Street
Oh
Fighter.
fuck!
But I think it was like fake or something. Daigo through the game or something.
Hmm.
Because the world of esports is very, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's like regular sports. Like, anyone could play a video game, but like the people in esports, they play the shit out of the video game. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
That
like a-
and Evo and shit. Like motherfuckers are so technical with how they play a fucking game. Like anybody, like you said, anybody can play it, but these motherfuckers are technical in how they play it. Like they study the fuck out
But
of
there's
that
just like a
shit.
big disparity between a casual and like those people. It's like if I picked up a basketball and went and played against Nikola Jokic, like that fool would just embarrass the shit out of me. And I know how fucking basketball works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
But
know
I
the
can't do
rules.
what that motherfucker does with it.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. Is like we could use common tools and instruments and things like that, and and reflect our greatness on it. You know what I mean? Like a knife to me is not a knife to Gordon Ramsay or to a samurai. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or a basketball and a hoop. There's
Just
just some
like
guys that are just incredible at it.
a chicharron to someone is not what it is to me. I fuck it up. I'm Hall of Fame.
Other people say ew.
It's like I haven't ate some of those in a while, but have people say ew, huh?
Motherfuckers eat that shit.
I think I don't know. It's so crazy that your greatness could just be reflected upon all aspects that you come across. I think it's cool.
Yeah. What is it that you guys are like? What's your tool?
My mouth.
I don't know. I think for the longest time it's probably drugs. What'd you say?
My mouth.
Oh God. I believe that.
No, fuck no. Regard that. Everybody at home listening, fucking, I never use that.
Yeah, you do.
Never use that for such sexual problems, things.
To solve
Sexual
sexual
problems.
issues.
I never sucked nothing in my life. No,
Solve sexual issues, huh?
sexual conundrums.
Sexual misconducts.
Be solved with the lips.
These sweet, pretty lips.
And you said what now? Your drugs?
Oh yeah, greatness. I think for the longest time it was that. It was my that's where I shined.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Drinking
Last
again
night
high.
maybe, but not anymore. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you guys feel your tool that I guess you kind of fall back on your greatness?
I don't know.
I ain't great at shit, man.
Yeah, I suck at everything.
No, you guys don't, man. Be nice to yourself. You fucking don't.
I'm a jack of all trades. I have like occupational ADD. I figure out how to do something for like a year and then I get bored of that shit and then I figure out how to do the next thing.
That's good. That's good, man. That's a great tool.
I never become like a master of anything. I just know how to do a lot of shit.
That's sick, man. I like that. What about you, boy? Sucking things?
Nah. I can fix things when need to be fixed.
Like, do you think if someone hands you something, you'll just put it in your mouth, like instinctively?
Yeah, probably.
Like a Lego?
Like
that'll just be my first instinct, and I'll be like,
Yeah,
whoa,
like,
wait a minute. This is a fucking drill. What?
Like, I used to hate that shit in, like, middle school. Like, you still had kids that would do shit like that and just put shit in their mouth. Like you give them something and they just suck on it and try to give it back to you. Like, man, what the fuck are you doing?
I seen a kid on the Jumbotron the other day, and he was just sitting there, like with his finger in his mouth. I was like, dirty ass kid, man. How the fuck? Your fingers are gonna get all gross and stuff now, man. That's nasty.
They probably were already all gross. This food's touching.
That's how you
That's what I'm
get
saying.
sick.
He's sitting there sucking on them. Fuck. Kids are gross.
Kids are crazy. Like, yeah, they just be putting shit
That's
in
how
their
they
mouth.
build their
They don't give
immune
a
system and
fuck.
shit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's like an Yeah, it's like evolution. Like when you're young, it's instinctual for you to put your hands, like put shit in your mouth all the time, so you get sick all the time and build your immune
So you can
system
see
up.
what gets you sick, what doesn't. You go, oh, don't
And
put
plus,
that
you
shit
gotta
in you
taste all
again.
sorts of shit. You know what I mean? You gotta
Yeah.
see how things feel in your mouth.
Like if you
Like, it's
never
kind of
ate
crazy
dog
that
food
we
in
could
a
look
little
around
bit.
the world and kind of know what that shit feels like in our mouth.
Like, oh, I know that shit's gonna be soft. I know that
If you
shit's
look
gonna
at a
be
pen, can you
juicy.
like feel that shit in your mouth?
Mhm.
See, and I feel like I could do that with most things that I look at. Like, okay, I like if I think about tasting that, I know what it's about.
You put this here, so I would start sucking on it, didn't you?
See, you never put this in your mouth.
I'd probably know what that feels like.
Headphones.
No, that material. Yeah,
Oh,
you suck on that all the time.
I do. You don't.
I've hit that before, I think. Maybe not that one specifically, but I've hit things like that. I used to like those big ass vape boxes. That shit was tight.
Oh, I bet you know what this tastes like, huh? Yeah.
A screw? I don't think I've ever sucked on a screw. I can imagine.
No.
A girl could
No.
only imagine, you know what I mean? What that feels like in her mouth.
I can only imagine.
Oh, shit. It's like watching kids grow up, man. It's one of the craziest things ever. Like it's like they change by the day. Like you never know what to expect when you wake up tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like they just know something new.
Yeah. Like I was thinking about that the other day of like, are you at the stage yet with your baby that like because I was showing Audrey the other day, I was showing her the picture of Zula that you sent me when she was like first born. And then when I was looking, I was like, oh my gosh, she already looks way different. You know?
Yeah.
Are you at that point? Like you see a picture of her from then and you're like, that's weird. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just saw her. That was just like a couple days ago or whatever.
Yeah.
It seems like, but she's like way different already.
Because like I have pictures of her like in every stage. So she's about to be 4 months. And like even her 1 month pictures doesn't look like how she looks like today.
Yeah.
Like she's still hella little. And like, yeah, when babies are first born, they're all swollen and shit. They're like all puffy and like their eyes are all squished together and like I don't know. Like babies don't even really feel like humans until they're like a little bit, I don't know, maybe like 2.5 months, 2 months is when they start like getting a personality a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it's just like
They just
taking
get
care
more
of
and more.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just going to get more and more every day. Like that's
But just think like shit, we're like 30 years old and we're still growing. Like our parents are probably still watching us like grow. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We're watching each other grow at the same time.
That is a trip, bro. Like imagine, I don't know, one day our daughters are gonna be 30 years old and we're gonna be like 60. And we're still gonna be trying to parent them and shit.
But they would have watched you grown up and you would have watched them grown up and they would have watched everybody around them grow up.
That's true. They're gonna watch the world that they know and grow up or change and whatever.
Their generation Alpha.
Is that their names? That's way tighter. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I like millennial sounds pretty tight. It sounds like some Star Wars shit.
So millennial and
Falcon.
then Gen Z and then Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha. Why that? Yeah. Why not? Why is it Alpha?
I think just because we see today.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in the beginning of a new era, huh? Like to be 2000 and something. Like this is the beginning. Like eventually there'll be the 90s, like 2090 and shit.
Like by the time your baby's 20, it'll be 2042 or 2044.
I'll be 50 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's old. I don't want to be that old. I just want to be young again.
Nope. Never.
No.
So start me off from like I say like 12 again, and then let me do what I does.
Like you'd have to like start over with no prior knowledge of,
I would start over with everything.
I would just start over. I don't know what I'll start. I don't know. Going through things is kind of cool.
You'd be like, fuck, I missed so much shit.
Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I miss the shock and awe of a lot of the world. Like once you kind of know how the world works, there's not like I remember being a kid and like everything like surprised the shit out of me. Like everything was like wondrous. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not too much things are wondrous anymore, which
yeah.
isn't a bad thing. But
But it's cool because like the thing with kids too is like, because I was thinking about that is, like when you're a kid, you kind of think magic could exist. You know, you almost like, well, I know people say like it's not real or whatever, but like something could happen. You know, like
yeah,
they don't know that shit. Like one day, maybe something magic could happen and stuff like that. But like when you watch your kids, you know, you kind of like you're an adult now, so you don't believe in that anymore. But then you watch your kids, and everything to them is magic. So it's like you
that's
kind of
it.
get to relive it through them. Like, oh wow, that is kind of magical. I just never like, you know, I kind of take it for granted or whatever because I'm grown now.
That is tight. I can't wait for that. Like I like the baby era. I mean, babies are cute and cuddling with them and stuff. But honestly can't wait until she's like, I don't know, I'm able to have a conversation with her. You know what I mean, or show her things and enjoy things with
Yeah,
her.
That
that's
blood
fucking yep.
flowing through them.
That shit. I
Yeah,
wonder how much that shit accounts for in people, like your actual lineage and where you like your genetics and shit. I think that
yeah,
shit affects a lot.
yeah. It does, man. I'm telling you. Like me and her think like almost like the same. You know, like I always tell everybody the story of we're walking down these like the paths around my apartment, and all these paths have like splits that like you know go around buildings and stuff like that. And I'm holding her hand or whatever, and we're just walking. And every time I'm thinking like, let's go this way on the path or this way, because there's like a bunch of fucking different splits, she kept going the way I was thinking. But I didn't tell her anything. You know, we were just talking about
No.
random shit. And then we end up like looping back around the apartments and going back to my house. And I didn't realize it until I got home. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't tell her where to go at all, but she instinctively knew which way I wanted to go. Me and her thought the same way. Like, we were both like, let's take this path to this path to this path to this path and did it
Yeah.
like there was like a gang of splits. Like, there was probably at least like 10 splits that we went through. And she picked every one of them just like how I wanted it to.
See, you know what's crazy is so there's this YouTube channel. It's called Objective Personalities, and I guess like what they do is they talk about people like people fall into typings as far as like personality traits. Like they kind of talk about people like Pokemon. Like they'll say all like, and it's like, oh, this person's an OB, whatever, with a dash of this, like, and they have like all these different classifications that people could fall under. And what they're finding is like people who look a certain way, they'll all have like similar personality traits. So like they're doing that shit with celebrities. Like you know how there's celebrities that look like each other. So they'll examine them in like interviews and shit, like people who look alike and they have similar personalities. So I'm wondering like if you like you and Nova, since you guys look alike, you guys probably share
Similar
personalities.
personalities.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they're finding that different races, the people are made up of different like personalities. Like they're predominantly like these certain types of personalities and shit. And it's fucking crazy. And like what they're trying to figure out is what comes first. Like, does your personality come first or your genetics? And like what determines the other? You know what I mean? Like how big does your personality traits play into your genetics? Or like, you know what I mean? Like what comes first?
Yeah.
It's crazy to fucking think about.
Like,
And it's true.
I wonder if the like how much an outside environment does too, because like people treat people certain ways based off looks, you know? Like if a fucking person comes up to you and they look crazy as fuck, like you're probably not going to want to talk to them or like, you know, treat them with the utmost respect and, you know, like shit like that. Like just generally that's how people are. So I think, you know, maybe, you know, as a kid, like let's say a kid has a disability where like, I don't know, like they lost their eye as a child, you know, they're going to kind of get more personality because you know they have to make up for kids not wanting to play with them because they're missing their eye or you know shit like
Yeah.
that. So like you know it kind of molds how they're going to be. And then you know if you have a handful of fucking kids, 10 kids that all have that same genetic thing, you know how many of them had to deal with similar situations where you know the kids didn't want to play with them because of their eye missing. And then you know they had to develop a personality trait of like being funny or you know being fucking smart or you know just something that would make
I
people
think that's
gravitate.
just adaptivity, right? Because
Yeah,
like if you lost an eye now, you'd have to adapt to it, right?
yeah. Yeah, and then it grows your
Like
personality, you know, like any challenge or any, You know,
Yeah,
You
the
go around, walk
environment.
around like
Well,
you're
that's why
one
everyone
eye.
talks about nature versus
Two eyes.
nurture too. Like, how much of you is how you're raised and where you're raised? You know what I mean? Like, what's the disparity between the both?
yeah,
Like, your environment definitely makes up for a lot of shit. Like, if you, I don't know, your life is different if you live on a beach as opposed to if you grow up. Like, if you grow up on a beach as opposed to if you grow up on a mountain. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna develop you in certain ways. And like, I wonder how much that influences your biases throughout life. You know what I mean? Like, do you just love mountains because you grew up near mountains, or like, I don't know, or is it something that you would love regardless of where you're at? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Like if I hate the fucking ocean. I'm so fucking terrified of the ocean. Like I don't like seafood really. I don't fuck with the ocean at all. But if I
You're
grew
a
up on the beach and
landlubber.
shit, yeah. But if I grew up on the beach and shit, like who knows if I would be, I might be fucking like, oh, I love seafood. Fuck Colorado,
Yeah.
You would have been
like,
surfing, Steve, instead of left-handed.
yeah, I'd
Well,
be like surfing and shit.
it'd be more. Yeah, you'd at least be used to it, right? You'd be
Yeah.
think it's cool. Like
Or
when I go
sorry,
ahead.
or if I like, maybe it's just like genetically in me, right? Maybe it's like if I grew up out there, just still be like, "Man, fuck the ocean. Like I want to get away from here. I want to go move somewhere where, like I appreciate the mountains a lot. So maybe I should move to Colorado and, go hiking out there and stuff like that."
There are people that do that, huh? Just like the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and no matter where they're from. I wonder how much nature does affect your genetics. I wonder if it does. Like if where you grow up affects you genetically. Sure it does. We need to talk to more smart people. We need a fucking scientist to talk to.
It's called Bill Nye.
I should maybe we should get Dr. Gordon Glasner on here. I don't know what he does, but he's a doctor.
Let's get Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Neil deGrasse
Oh, fuck
Tyson.
yeah.
and he could scratch our science itch, our black guy itch. What else? Our atheist. Is he atheist?
I think
Hopefully,
so.
he could scratch that itch, and he'll
Um,
just be all around for the pod.
he doesn't believe in aliens. We could talk to him about that.
He doesn't.
I don't think so. I think that's what he told Joe Rogan. That he's like, no,
Well,
we
this
would have.
fool believes in all this shit in space. Don't believe in aliens.
Yeah, I think he said that we would have met him by now.
I think we
We
have.
did.
No one fucking.
Motherfuckers just don't
They,
tell the whole
they
world.
haven't met him yet, but people have met them.
I
First.
know. I would have met an alien by
Yeah,
now.
I kind of feel like he has a bit of a "I'm smarter than everything else" complex. So like, if I didn't find him, then
If I've never seen an alien, then they're not fucking around.
Well, no, he does kind of. That fool does have like an ego on him. I think, like it's definitely not just all factual when he talks. Like I think he likes being like looked at and talked to.
He likes being the smartest person in the room and making it known. It seems.
He likes being a personality. Like he likes being famous. It looks like.
yeah.
He's like,
For
this
sure.
is what my whole career is based off. You motherfuckers don't know shit.
Yeah.
Where did he come
Like,
from?
I don't know.
Just
But-
that, just like the whole talking the universe. Was it explore the universe or some shit? Like he.
No, I'm
had a
talking about like
whole-
how do we know him? Like why is he famous now and he hasn't been for a
because
long
he's just
time?
like a
He's like old.
scientist
I know, but we've heard about Bill Nye for fucking forever.
for like 20 years. Yeah, we've heard Neil deGrasse Tyson's been around for probably a little like that long.
He's
Yeah,
been
he's
fucking like 60 years old. But like
But I think that
barely
fool probably started off as a teacher, and then people started recording him once.
No, what I'm
fucking-
saying is why is he famous now and he hasn't always been?
because he probably didn't know as much as he does now.
What was he on? Like, what was the first
He had his
show
own
that he
show.
like, came on?
I
Well,
thought he had his
Star
own
Talk-
show.
That Star Talk show he was started in 2012.
But like Bill Nye was around in what, like the early 2000s?
I was watching that fool when I was in elementary school.
Bill Nye?
Yeah,
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, Bill Nye
yeah,
was
so
doing that
that's
shit in
it's
the 90s.
been 20 years since that fool. Like it's been at least
30
20
years
years.
probably.
Yeah, like that fool Bill Nye has been popular probably since he was in what his 20s, 30s.
So in 2004, he was on PBS.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
never
then
mind. He's been around. Shit.
Yeah, he premiered a show in 2009 on PBS, and then he did like a bunch of guest appearances on like the Colbert Report, The Daily Show,
Yeah, all
Um,
the people want to talk science.
all that
Okay,
stuff.
my bad. I did a little bit of Neil deGrasse Tyson just because I haven't seen him. You know what I mean? I thought he wasn't tight.
He's
He's
real,
been on
man.
PBS my whole life.
Yeah. And then
He looks like a PBS guy. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
Like
now that I
if
hear that-
he told me this food was on PBS, like, oh, that makes sense.
yeah.
Like it would make sense.
That shit nobody wants to
Yeah,
hear.
he did a show on National Geographic. He revived Carl Sagan's Cosmos, A Personal Voyage, and A Space-Time
Cosmos.
Odyssey. And
The
then he
Odyssey
started
one
doing
is-
Star Talk.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wish I was one of these people that could just nerd out on sci-fi. Like for me, it has to be very tasteful sci-fi. I just don't like things in space. Like that's not super appealing to me. I wish.
Yeah.
What do you mean
It's kinda
sci-fi?
bizarre.
Like science fiction, or do you mean like actual science?
Sci-fi means science fiction. That's an
Yeah. So what do you
abbreviation.
mean? Like it's hard for you to get in like Star Wars and shit, or what?
Yeah, like I'm like you can't just put something like a story in space and I'm gonna be like, oh, cool, fucking sci-fi. Because there's people that like you put anything in space and they're like they fuck with it like to the death of them and shit. They get that shit
Yeah.
tatted immediately. Like even like a lot of Star Wars, I have to be real picky about what I consume about it. Like I can't just watch everything that has Star Wars slapped on it. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Are you more of like the fantasy, like Hogwarts and or like Harry Potter and
Yeah, I think I
Lord of the Rings
gravitate
and
towards
shit,
that type of shit
Game
more.
of
Like
Thrones?
Lord of the Rings is fucking sick. I like it. I like Harry Potter. I never watched Game of Thrones, but I do like I like shit like that. I like The Witcher. I like Skyrim and shit.
Like that fantasy world stuff. Yeah,
I like
that's-
medieval fantasy. I think more than sci-fi. Does that make me a bitch? Like, what do you guys think about that? Where do you guys fall on medieval versus sci-fi?
Medieval's tight. I don't give a fuck about sci-fi. Sci-fi you can make in at any generation at any point in time, and you can make it fucking 50 years in the future, no matter when. It's always going to be fucking sci-fi.
Or in the past?
But like the
even
medieval
Star Wars in the
shit-
past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you put Star Wars in the past, it'd be a medieval movie. Like if it wasn't in space.
It is a medieval movie, but it is in space.
Yeah, so it's just sci-fi.
See, fucks.
It's a bunch of fucking
Star Wars
people
is on
waving
space.
around swords, people getting arms cut off.
Or like Star
Yeah.
Trek, or was that one Battlestar Galactica and shit? Like I remember
Yeah.
that shit used to come on like at some time when I was barely paying attention, and I would try to watch it, and I was like, what the fuck? Why do people watch this shit? Shit sucks ass.
It's kind of like a soap opera, huh?
Mm.
Kind of was, yeah. It wasn't
just
too good.
In space.
Yeah. Like even the
Yeah.
commercials are all, I don't know. Like it takes very, like I said, very specific sci-fi to get me going a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like like people rely on it being space as the setting is going to carry the story. It's like nobody gives a fuck about that, man. We just want a good story. Just have a good
Yeah.
story.
You
Like
don't
I
have
don't
to have
care. Like, if it's
fucking
fantasy,
20
it's fantasy.
planets.
If it's fucking sci-fi, it's sci-fi. If it's horror, it's horror. Like if it's just a good story, I like that shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, you put
But
me in
I
space.
think Star
20
Wars is a
fucking
good story.
planets, these fools are traveling to everyone, and everybody's from a different planet. And oh my god, they form this alliance. Like I got lost. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I don't give a shit what your fucking
Yeah.
your story sucks. Your movie fucking sucks. Fuck space.
Yeah.
Give me a good story that I could follow, and I'll be with it the whole way. I'll watch the next one. If the next one sucks,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Like those, like the new Star Wars movies and shit. Like I liked them when I first watched them, just because it like I had already seen all the other Star Wars, and like in the
It's been a
grand
minute since
scheme of
Star
things-
Wars.
yeah, like in the grand scheme of things, like it made sense just because like it's like, oh, it's Palpatine's granddaughter, and and all all that shit. It was like on the like big scale, the shit made sense, right? But there was something that always bothered me about it. Like a lot of shit kind of like, I don't know, there was like little things that bugged me, but I didn't know what they were. And then I saw this little breakdown of like the stupid little shit that they skipped over when they were writing it, of just like Kylo Ren, yeah. He comes out of the spaceship, and then the dude who's like the little general dude or whatever, I forgot what his name is.
Stormtrooper.
Yeah, well, him and the other guy, the guy who was kind of like the new Han Solo kind of guy or whatever. But anyway,
Oh,
I forgot what his name is. No,
The
Finn
black
is the wearing the stormtrooper thing, right? It's the other guy,
Yeah.
the guy who mobs around with that like flies
fucking
stuff.
what's his name? Yeah, I know the food from Moon Knight.
Yeah. The Moon Knight guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a scene where like that fool's hiding behind a rock because he comes out and he's like threatening the whole village or whatever. And then like they cut to Kylo Ren talking to the guy he's interrogating. And then they cut back to the Moon Knight guy, and the Moon Knight guy's just standing in the middle of a fucking field, like trying to shoot that fool with one of his laser beams. And it's like the Rock isn't there, like, you know, it's just like, why the fuck is he just standing in the middle of the fucking field shooting at Kylo Ren? Like that doesn't make any sense, you know. And just shit like that, like, they skip over a lot of, you know, it's kind of like lazy writing. They just skip a lot of little shit like that in those movies, and I think that's what really bugs people about those last few movies.
That breaks up the
Well,
immersion.
that and the
though.
shit
Like, I hate when
fucking
shit like that happens.
sucked.
Yeah.
Like you use like the way fucking Rey and Kylo Ren swing their fucking lightsabers compared to like when fucking they did it in like the first three, like the Phantom Menace and all that, when them fools was actually like fucking like sitting there for hours on days practicing swinging, clashing and shit. Like it's not shit compared to like how that was.
Those are
Even
cinematic
like
ass
the
fights in
original
those
three.
ones.
The original three started the whole fucking series, and it had a fucking like it had a story that you followed.
Yeah.
You know, about a fucking son finding his fucking family, going through space, finding his dad, redeeming his dad, all kinds of shit.
Oh, that's side that like that's Darth Vader. Like when I was a kid, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Anakin was Darth Vader.
You don't know that until like the third one comes out, like the new third one, like the Revenge of the Sith. Until you're like, oh fuck, that fool gets chopped up, and that's who Darth Vader is. You know, you finally piece it together.
Yeah,
becomes evil and powerful. Fuck.
You're like, no, that's not Anakin. Who's Anakin? And then they tell the story of fucking everybody before that.
No, I think Star Wars is. I think that's tight. It's a tight premise. I think, like, just like the Force, like that shit's tight. Like people are Force sensitive or something like that. That shit.
I love the concept of it, but the fucking newer movies suck. The shows are fucking sick though.
Yeah, they just failed the execution on those. Like those last three movies, they kind of failed the execution of it, and it
just seemed like they were giving it to like the fans. They're like, all right,
I think anymore, like everything should start gravitating toward becoming a series as opposed to movies. Because movies, I think, like it costs too much of a budget, but also you can't. Like all these movies are rushed now. Like they're like all the stories that they're trying to portray, they need a lot of time to delve into the subject matter, and like movies do not justify that. Like it's like they have to put so much in like an hour and a half, 2 hour fucking chunk. It's as opposed to a series where you could do that shit for seasons upon seasons.
Well, did you guys see what they did with Quentin Tarantino did with Hateful Eight? He broke it down into like a 4-part series. So like each series, like each little part is like an hour and a half long, and it goes like further into fucking like shows the movie, like more of the movie in the story. Like instead of it being like an hour and a half, 2 hours, he broke it down to like a little 4-part series.
We should make a movie.
That'd be tight.
No, let's make a series. What should we make a series about?
The Lord of the Rings.
What? I already have that.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just gotta create something organic.
Lords of the Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars.
Let's do medieval foods in space on horses. Space horse.
Space horses.
Space seahorses. Space dolphins.
It'll be just like SpongeBob, where like you just watch SpongeBob, but you forget he's under the water. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know them foods ski underwater. What the fuck?
They do all kinds of they have light fires underwater and shit.
They go swimming underwater. They have a whole fucking
have electricity and shit.
Beach.
Yeah, they have a beach, Lagoon Beach.
Yeah, Goo Lagoon.
Goo Lagoon Beach. Yeah, fuck.
All the fish just swim in Goo Lagoon.
Yeah, that's what Patrick almost drowned.
He almost drowned in that shit.
They had to rescue Patrick from drowning.
Yeah, man.
No, it would be really hard. Like when you think about all this shit that's created, it takes a lot of work to create something like that, especially to see it from your head to like make an actual universe, and especially a long, lengthy universe. It's a lot of fucking shit that goes into that.
Especially if you want it to look good, we can't be wearing fucking raggedy ass shit.
I hate that. Like people like watching vintage shows and shit. I can't watch that shit. Like that shit looks so fucking corny to me. You know, like
it's so stiff. Like you could see every little bit of like everything they did.
Like old Batman, like Adam West Batman. I hated that shit.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like old Batman or like the Lou Frigno Hulk and shit.
Yeah. It's just a buff ass food painted green.
Or the
like,
old
I
Superman.
I
and
don't
shit.
believe this.
Like the old Superman.
You want me to get immersed in this?
Yeah, and like Superman wasn't even buff. That fool was just like some fucking normal ass
There's just some
guy, like
motherfucker
Christopher
wearing
Reeve.
a fucking spandex suit and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Same thing with Batman.
Just
It's just some fucking broke ass white guy in
It's just
a
some white guy
cloth
with
mask.
black hair, with dark hair and blue eyes.
You just wear spandex.
Yeah.
I seen
They're
the
like, all
thing
right,
that
who looks the most slimming in this shit? That guy? All right, put him in it.
I seen the
You
thing
zoom in.
where Robin, the Robin that played with Adam West Batman, they put him in like tight ass spandex, right? And then they said that his fucking bulge was too big for to be Robin. So they started making him take pills to shrink his dick. And then yeah, and then he
I
said
would
that
just
after
fucking wear cups.
yeah, he said like he took him for like 3 days and then realized like they were making him sick and shit, and he was like, I'm not doing that.
Why the fuck? Fools are giving him dick small pills?
They're trying to make his dick smaller to be a Robin
Robin
because they're
can't
like
be fucking
Robin
hungry
shouldn't be
like
hung like
that,
this.
Yeah, that's a
See,
boy.
I would improvise. I
Damien.
would put the Batman costume on that motherfucker. Like, all right, now we got a series.
Yeah, we got Batman. Fuck Adam West. What he talking about? I can't see shit.
Oh, we
Him.
got a fucking. He has a bat between his legs. Batman. Bam.
He's got the bat. You know what I'm saying? The Batman bat.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Zamora back at it again. Season 3 of Box Day Boys podcast. First of all, thank you so much for enjoying the season. But new season means a new commercial. So, you know, I had to do it right. Got that new lurk on, you know, feeling fresh. Got that fine work on me. Make sure you go and get yours right now, okay? That's Lurk Designs, all right? lurkdesigns.bigcartel.com. He's got shirts, he's got hoodies, he's even got prints and hats. I'm telling you, it's all right there, convenient, ready to go, and it's all at a great price, a super low price. But I understand money ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Go to the bank account, you ain't got that type of dough. It's all good, man. I'm gonna hit you with a promo code, because that's our boy. Go and put in BS Boys, that's BSBOYS, for 15% off your next purchase at lurkdesigns.bigcartel.com. All right? Go get you some lurk, man, because you ain't right without it.
Do you guys believe in the divine feminine?
Yeah.
Why not?
Sure.
That is crazy. Like, I think people get too caught up on all that type of shit. Like, if God's a woman or a man and all this kind of shit.
God's us. God lives within all of us.
I think we let too much of we let one thing define us, and I don't think it should be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you could
I
really
hate
like
people that
something
do
about
that
yourself,
shit.
but
I hate when they fucking like their whole fucking personality is based off of like their dick or their fucking, you know, like
yeah,
or like anything, any aspect that they like, you know, oh, I'm black, so I have to act a certain way, or I'm fucking transgender, I have to act a certain way, or I'm this or I'm that. It's like just fucking like be a person. Like that's why I like because there are really fucking cool people who are in every one of those things, you know, and they'll tell you like straight up, like even they'll be like, no, that shit's stupid. Like, you know, whether I went like, okay, I was a woman that felt like a man. Okay, great. I went and got my surgery done. Now I'm fucking a man, and bam, and now I go on live my fucking life, and you don't even know about it, you know. And it's like, they're like, I'm not gonna make a fucking big deal out of it. That's just how I felt, so I fixed it, and now I'm fucking, you know, I go on about my life. Like you have to respect that.
Yeah, and it shouldn't. I don't know. You shouldn't be upset because people don't understand what the fuck you feel. I mean,
yeah,
like it's not our job to do that shit. Like, I think it's outrageous to me that we have to come up with new words. Like, sir and ma'am used to be so polite and formal. Now I don't even know what the fuck to call someone to be formally polite to them without knowing their name. You know what I mean? Like, what do I say? Like, hey, hello, or hey there.
Those people or those women that are like, I'm not a ma'am. I'm not a ma'am. What? And you want me to call you miss? You want me to
I've ran into that situation before where they're like, oh, I identify as this. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, do you want me to call you that? And they're like, well, call me this. Like, all right. And then I don't actually call them that again. If I know their name, I just call them by their name. But
yeah,
like it's awkward though. Like I don't know. Like I should be able to be polite without fucking offending somebody.
Yeah,
you know
or like
I mean?
Going up to a stranger and you know the first fucking question shouldn't be what's your pronouns.
Yeah. What do I call you?
That's
You know
just
what I mean?
fucking yeah. That's just weird. Like it's not human interaction on a fucking human level. Like
Come
not
on.
like
I went 26 years
I want to
without
know
doing
who you
that
are.
shit.
I want to know who you are, not what the fuck you identify as. I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't care what you identify as because I know you're a fucking
Yeah.
human being, and most of us are pretty like kind of the same. Like we enjoy a lot of the same things. We all smile, we all cry, we all fucking what's behind that? You know what I'm saying? What's behind that? The pain in them eyes, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know how good you are at shit. I want to know your favorite food. Those are
I
like
don't know
the
your
things
social
that kind of
security
define
number.
you. Like all your decisions
Yeah,
is what defines you. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. What have you been through? What's your story? What's like were you fucking I don't know, were you abused as a kid or did you have a good childhood?
I
Who's
want to
your
know how
best
much money you
friend?
have.
What's your what's yeah, how much money you got?
I'm gonna
What do
start
you do
judging
for
people
work?
based on how much money they have.
Yeah, that's the way we should fucking, you know,
Yeah. We need to get
start.
back to that type of society. Like if you're a broke ass bitch, don't talk to me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I don't care what you got. If you broke, I
Man.
don't fuck with you.
I'm gonna start
We
running
ain't,
credit checks on
we ain't
motherfuckers.
moving the same. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Uh,
pull up your fucking credit karma right now. If you don't have at least 700, don't fucking talk to me anymore.
walk
I
the other
will
way.
call the police. I will call the authorities if you continue to
I will
fucking
call the
harass me.
IRS, bitch. Get out
You're
of here.
harassing
Yeah, I'll call the IRS too. You know they're probably fucking looking for you for something.
me.
Like this broke ass motherfucker right here is trying to talk to me. I don't want him to. He has a low credit score. He probably owes money to somebody. He's right here on the
But we
phone.
need to
Here,
figure
talk to
out
him. Talk to the fucking IRS.
we need to figure out
What's
who
up?
he owes money
We
to.
got you now, motherfucker.
Uh, you talk to them. You don't talk to me.
Yeah, we got to figure out who he owes money to, and bring that person over and let them settle that.
I hate that. I
Let them
hate
break a
collection
leg or
agencies.
something.
I hate like a lot of parts of society are just so frustrating. God damn, it's fucking annoying. Like dealing with like taxes and like that part of like the society. That shit sucks ass. It's annoying. It's
Yeah,
tedious. No one understands it. Even the people that work there don't fucking understand it. Like, I don't know.
We should just have a community like they did on Rick and Morty.
How?
Did you guys watch the new season?
Fuck no. I started watching that shit a long time ago.
Unity took over a little part of Virginia, and everybody was working all peacefully and happily and working together and shit, and everything was all free.
That's what we need to get to.
that's
We need more
utopia.
free shit.
Yeah, a peaceful utopia for people to just gather and prosper instead of making Americans work for your fucking government money.
How far off
So
do
you
you think
motherfuckers could spy on
society
other
is from that?
countries and shit.
What'd you say?
I said, how far off do you think society is from some type of
Hundreds of years.
utopia?
Long way.
I think
You
the world's
talk
got to
hundreds of
fucking
thousands.
like go into war for it to probably happen. Like society has to probably collapse for shit like that to happen.
Fuck, probably thousands. To be
I
honest,
think, yeah, like Jake said, I think once the world is ending, and like if we know the world is ending, I think people will start to act right. When
I think,
who
but
knows?
I think
People are
if we
fucking
solved
weird.
it, like if we solved it, like let's say it was a meteor coming, and everybody's like, oh shit, we got to unify and get rid of this meteor, and then we do, and then we get rid of the meteor and shit. I think a lot of people would go back to how things were. I think a lot of people would just be like, this was
Depends
nice,
on how long we live like that for.
but like I'm trying to get mine, like fuck you, I want to get ahead from myself.
There's so many people like that. Like I hate when people are like that too. Like when I'm in the grocery store and people race to like get in line, it's like, go ahead and be in front of me, you fucking idiot. I don't give a shit. Like people are just so not competitive, but
Impatient.
yeah, impatient. And like they think that like Steve said, I just want mine. It's just me. And like all they do is give a fuck about themselves. Like if I don't have shit and I see like an old lady, I'll let an old lady go in front of me and shit. Like I don't fucking Like I'm like, just go ahead. You know what I mean?
People like that are gonna suffer at the end of the world.
Or like when we pull like when I pull up to a 4-way stop and like there's multiple cars or like me and a car stop like kind of like like that little awkward period where it's like kind of the same timing. I just tell them to go. Like I'm not gonna fucking try to go first. Like I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and drive your fucking car first. I don't give a shit.
I'll signal that shit that way
mean?
both of us don't gun it, thinking one of us is gonna go and the other one's not. I'll wave you. Come on, I got time.
Like I think like capitalism. I think me and Steve were actually talking about this yesterday. Like I think it's the like I agree with Steve. He said last night that it's the best system we've ever had, and I think I do agree with that. Just because there is a lot of good things that happen from it, but at the same time, it breeds like that selfishness like in people.
Yeah. Like where we are
People are
now is
willing
a
to
lot
fuck
better
others
than where we
over just to get.
were
Like
10,
people will
20,
fuck up
30
your whole
years.
life just to get like a little bit better for themselves. You know what I mean? Like why? Like
Yeah.
why is that a reasonable decision to a lot of
Yeah.
people?
Yeah, even like everybody and almost everybody at some point has had $1,000, right? Like everybody kind of fucking knows what that's been like. But if you offer somebody $1,000 to like fuck somebody over and just to like ruin their day, they would do it. A lot of fucking people will be like, oh, just fuck that. Like I'll ruin that person's day for $1,000 or don't give a
I'll
shit.
fuck up that fool's life for $1,000 right now. Give me that shit.
Yeah,
Like
some
bro,
people would.
like
For
in
real,
the
that's what I'm
underground
saying.
world, $1,000 will get you fucking killed twice. I'm telling you
Yeah,
that
that's
shit.
what I'm saying.
$1,000 ain't shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not a
You
reason to
spend
be
that,
fucking killing people.
you go to fucking Best Buy and spend that in 10 minutes.
I'll spend that shit
I'll
on
buy a
Amazon
fucking
right now.
TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll buy a Apple Vision Pro and shit. That's $3,000. That's 10 lives right there, son.
Yeah.
That's 6 lives right there, son.
You steal my Apple Vision Pro, I'm smoking your whole fucking family.
Uh,
You better watch what the fuck you doing around here.
Your house about to
Come
get
over with
lit
that
up like a
9 iron.
fucking, like 4th of July.
I'll light your whole fucking village on fire for that shit. No, but yeah, I think like I don't know, like capitalism is cool. If we could just like slightly tweak it to like we need to incentivize people for being good humans somehow. As opposed to just I don't know having the most, you know what I mean? Like 'cause I think that's what it is like people who have the most are usually more revered by other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should
People want what they want.
incentivize people being like good people again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like revering, you know, um I don't know, maybe like like the Nobel Peace Prize was kind of intended to kind of be like, oh, a reward for people who are progressing humanity, but sometimes like that shit gets, motherfucker who made the atom bomb got that, Hitler fucking won one, shit like that. So it kind of got
Obama.
tainted. Yeah. And so like, maybe there should be a new kind of incentive like that of like something that everybody could kind of look up to and just be like, oh, okay, like because kids these days, right? Like you have a kid, nobody's kid is sitting there thinking like, oh, I want to be the next Gandhi, I want to be the next Martin Luther King, I want to be the next, they don't think like that. Like there's no incentive to do that, It's I want to be Elon Musk, I want to fucking have billions of dollars, or I want to be fucking a famous celebrity, I want to be a rapper, I want to be
a content creator.
Yeah.
I want to be a Ice Spice.
Yeah. I want to be Sexy Red.
Oh fuck. Sexy
What
Red.
would you do if Azula got older and was like, I want to be just like Sexy Red when I grow up, Dad?
Sexy Red has a lot more money than me, so I'm probably like, all right, just make sure it works. If it doesn't work, you embarrass yourself and you shame this family. But hey, if you come back with a shit ton of money, then that's great.
Congratulations.
I'll honor that. Yeah, good for you.
If not, I told you so.
Because I'm like, daddy, daughter. To be honest, daddy does not have as much money as Sexy Red for some fucking reason. But hey, it's the way it works.
There's no reason that should be like that.
The society I live in makes me have to reason like that. It shouldn't work like that.
That's what I'm saying.
But hey, that's so it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It is what it is, baby.
Yeah, we need some type of incentive for something.
And by the way, check out It Is What It Is podcast.
Every year.
Not Talking BS podcast. By the way,
what happened?
I said, by the way, check out the Is What It Is podcast and not the Talking BS podcast.
No, don't check them out. They got enough fucking viewers. He's referencing that because that was the title of my goddamn show before Cameron and Mace took it. And then they took it, made a sports show out of it like days before I was about to launch mine.
Like this who actually came out with like the thumbnail and like the actual like some of the logoing for it. Yeah. And then like probably like the week or two before he was about to drop it, they came out with that podcast. He's like, "Fuck."
Gotta change, rebrand everything.
Like I remember one time, me and Steve, we picked this beat off of YouTube and like we made a tight ass song on that shit, and then we showed that shit to Jacuz, and Jacuz was like, "Oh, that's Spiteful Chant." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's Spiteful Chant by Kendrick Lamar. Like that fool used the same beat, and like me and
Yeah.
Steve were like, "Fuck, we can't do this shit now. What the fuck?" Kendrick Lamar did that shit.
Yeah, we sat on that shit for too long. We had that song for like a year, and then we heard Spiteful Chant. We were like, "Fuck."
Fuck. See,
So
I
if
don't know.
anybody
It's all
wants
about
to look that up,
you gotta pull the trigger quick sometimes.
yeah, that's what I had to do with Talking BS. I had to rush that shit because like I had the whole fucking plan for it is what it is, and then that shit happened, and I was like, I can't fucking lose this too. Like I gotta. As soon as I found out what my name was gonna be, I went and rebranded and did all the shit as quick as I could and fucking put it out.
Yeah. It's
like
crazy.
imagine like what our parents lived. Like imagine, how they lived 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit. I
Compared to like
I was
now.
born.
Compared to imagine what your grandparents lived. Imagine what our aunt, like the world has changed so fucking much. Some of
Yeah.
it's for the good, some of it's for the bad, but
Kind of
it's
seems like they're
equal at this
accelerating.
point to where we can kind of do what we would like now at this point. Like anybody can do what they want
Yeah.
to an extent.
But I mean, definitely more than how it used to be. Shit, like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people, like everybody can vote. That was a big fucking thing for a long fucking time. Everybody can
No.
join whatever profession they want. They can go to school. They like a lot of places are getting funded to send, the people who can't make enough to go to school and shit. Like back
The
then,
school
motherfuckers didn't
anymore,
care.
bro, it's
Motherfuckers were
propagandized too. Like they see we have like all the luxury of everything now, but I don't think there's any substance behind a lot of it anymore. Like I think back then the world was chocked full of substance. You know what I
now
mean?
it's just
Like
open.
people grew up knowing what a hard day's like a hard day's work gets you. Like they cherish shit like that. Nowadays, like people are so superficial. Systems are so superficial. Like I don't trust in anything. Like when I go to a fucking like a restaurant, I don't expect good customer service. You know what I mean? Like I expect convenience. Like I want convenience out of things as opposed to quality a lot of times. And I think that's how society is just, that's how it is nowadays. Like, do you
Yeah.
guys feel the same way? Like it's all about kind of convenience over everything now?
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
like
I mean,
what you
it's
can
the Amazon
quickly get
revolution.
access to. Yeah. How fast can you get your hands on it and get out kind of thing?
I mean, we expect it, right? Like everything we have is on our phone. I mean, like it's literally like Amazon. Like we literally like will fucking we hit the button, and now we're conditioned to think like we hit that fucking pay button, we're gonna have our shit tomorrow. We don't know where the fuck it's coming from. This shit says it's in fucking Tokyo, but it's gonna be here tomorrow because Jeff Bezos promised me that shit, and he's always right. So like you kind of. If that motherfucker can do it, like, why is my steak fucking taking 30 minutes to get over here?
Why am I
is
getting
this?
sent out a well done steak instead of medium rare? What the fuck?
Yeah, like
Take your time, give me my shit.
why you motherfuckers taking 20 minutes to bring me my soda while I'm sitting here at the table? Like
Why is it taking you 15 minutes to come ask me what I want to drink?
Damn, I wonder if 200 years from now we'll have cybernetic people.
Probably.
I bet you in the next
100 years.
Yeah, probably less than 100 years, I would say.
So like, say you're about to die, and they're like, "Okay, we can preserve you, but you have to be a brain in a jar." Would you do it?
Sure. What do I get to wake up in is my first question, though.
A jar, motherfucker.
Well, if I'm a brain, like, what do I see? Like, am I just the fuck's the
Perceive the
point
jar.
of holding me in a fucking jar?
To preserve, you probably just have a Neuralink in you. Yeah, put a Vision Pro on the glass. Vision jar.
I need eyes.
Apple
You need
Vision
to
jar.
put a probe into my fucking brain and
With the
stimulate
brain
my
and
shit.
then Neuralink in that shit. With the Neuralink in that little brain. Shit, you
If I have to live like
Apple
that,
Vision Pro.
yeah.
just live in whatever world you decide to
With
live in.
Alexa
for the
and
rest of your life.
shit, you don't even have to fucking do
Yeah.
anything.
You would
just
have to.
live
You
your
would
life.
just be. Yeah, you would
Yeah,
just
the
like
fucking
live
brain
in
a
virtual
jar. What are you
reality.
talking about? I wouldn't do shit.
Yeah, you just live in meta, huh? You just be in meta.
Yeah, you'd be the meta. It'd be like the Matrix, though. I would be thinking like that'd be.
Yeah, could
fucking
you
crazy.
imagine like going into the metaverse and like going and talking to somebody who's like 150 years old and it's because their brain is preserved and like they're
He's like,
neuralinked into it and shit, and you get to meet them and stuff, and they're like, yeah,
welcome,
that's what we
youngling.
call the real world is like 100 fucking years ago.
Damn, I was like, I'm just brain.
I'm just brain floating in a jar. I'm pretty sure you're just body frozen in something.
Have you seen the meta like when them fools are gambling and like you could like smoke on there and shit?
Yeah.
And like them fools got all pissed and he grabbed a cigarette and threw it, and then fools just start fighting at the fucking poker table
They're
and
both just
shit.
sitting in their fucking like at their desks. How they're just
Yeah, they just will go like this.
you just look at both them fools on their stream. They're just socking the air with fucking.
Or that one
goggles.
dumb bitch that says she got raped on there, like she got sexually assaulted and shit. And
I
she
saw
said
that,
she got
yeah.
fools.
Uh-huh.
She said she got gang banged by like 5 fools. Like,
She
shut
tried
off
to
your
sue 'em.
fucking thing. Shut off your,
Take your fucking
metaverse.
headset off, stupid. Fuck. Why would that not be your first fucking thought? Like, let me take this
It's like,
headset.
oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. What do I do? Shut off
I
the
know she
fucking
just
thing.
accepts. She just sat there and closed her eyes. Probably like, "Fuck you doing?"
I
Or,
bet
like,
you get lost in that
cyberbullying.
shit, though.
Huh?
I bet you do get lost in that shit though. Like I guarantee after like if all your senses are linked into that shit, like you'll get lost in that shit, and that's reality basically.
Oh, like, have
Yeah.
you seen that one where that food's like crawling across that plank on a virtual reality, and that bitch kicks him off of the plank? Oh my god! Oh god! No! He just sitting there like all freaking out on the floor.
Or then foods are like walking the plank and they're about to like jump off to go skydive, and then foods really fucking jump forward and shit, just hit
Yeah,
whatever's
just
in
like
front
hit
of
the
them.
TV or land on their knees and shit.
Like, that shit's hilarious. Or you see, people crawling, shaking all crazy. You see people kicking that shit.
No, that shit is legit crazy. Like when we played
Yeah.
Skyrim that one time and that shit was
Had
wild.
me. That shit had my knees
Yeah.
shaking when we did that. We was tripping, dog. Jumped off the highest smiling. I landed. I said, "Oh fuck!" Turned that shit off. Took it off. Sat down. I said, "Oh fuck." Shit. Let me get back to reality, dog. Let me sit down. Fuck.
Let
I
me
just
sit
fell
down.
like fucking 1,000 feet, dog. Let me sit down real quick.
That shit is wild. It does kind of take over your body a little bit, huh? Like you can feel that shit pretty good.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
imagine if you could like smell stuff and like, or like fucking because you can already hear and see stuff, maybe you could taste stuff or like even like feel the little sensations and that shit that'll trick the fucking shit out of the human brain.
Like
That's all the
for
human
real.
brain relies on to accept reality. If you can tap into those, your reality's fucking gone.
I wonder if if you could eat like that, if it would satiate your hunger in a way.
That would be cool, huh? That'd be a diet. You just go eat in the metaverse every day. Like eat whatever the fuck you want in the metaverse. You just like lose mad weight.
And then come out here and eat like a little calorie, like nutritious, like pellet, and then
And you're
that's
good.
what you actually eat. But then you go on there and eat the shit you want.
Yeah.
And you can taste it all and smell it all.
Yeah, be it all, suck it all. You know what I mean? If I was on the metaverse, I'd be sucking dicks,
Fuck it
baby.
all.
That's what the fucking on the Matrix. Remember that fool does that? He's like talking about I want you to link me back into the Matrix, and he's like, I can eat this steak, I can taste the steak, but I know this steak isn't real. He's like, but I want to know, I want to think it's real, and then he eats it.
I want
Or
to
like be like that food from fucking Dodgeball and just take the energy off of the pizza. You know what I mean? Puff its fucking aura and shit. You know.
Fucking rub that on yourself. Rub that on your peen-too.
Yeah, and just fucking.
And your
inject
pumped up
it into the
peen-too.
He does
and
that. He
shit.
just starts stuffing that shit.
He starts rubbing it on. That fool fucking Michelle walks in, huh? Oh. Someone's here to see you. Send him in. Fucking cleaning himself up and shit. Fucking weirdo.
Who pulls a dictionary out and acts like he's reading the dictionary out?
Pumps up his fucking little thing.
His little bulge.
Goes and sits on his desk, shows that in front of his painting, reading the dictionary.
Can't read that dictionary.
Oh, hello.
Just get some light reading in.
Fuck. Oh, that's a real.
Shit
That's a real description of me. Oh, fuck.
That shit's fucking stupid.
Motherfucker's a player, dog. That shit's hard.
That shit is
We're
hard.
trying to raise her up as fuck.
Hey man, ask your fucking question. I got shit to do.
Yeah. Let's get it done, man. Hey, real quick, I got a fucking dad joke that I heard at the Nuggets game. And
I gotta get back to capitalism.
All right, so you could use this on Zulu when she gets older. What do you call an alligator in a vest?
Yeah, fuck, I don't know.
An investigator.
Oh,
Investigator.
I fucks with that one. That's
I
a
got
rare one. That's the rare.
What's your funniest dad joke? Let us know.
That's a good one.
There you
I want
go.
to see how corny you can be while trying to make me laugh.
Yeah, there's some good ones. I love dad jokes.
Me too.
Them shits
I'm
is funny.
actually send them to us because I'm personally collecting them for my own daughter. I want
Me
to
too.
embarrass her with her friends.
I like embarrassing people. But hey,
Let's get
man,
out of here.
physical health is wealth, mental health is wealth. Love yourself, love the world around you.
Peace.
Love you guys.